Hi, how you going? It's Cara here from Cara Grace Collective and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Organised Family. Today I'm so excited to share with you how to plan your meals. So last week on my YouTube channel I shared a video on how on earth do you cook with kids. Now one of the tips that I gave you last week in that video was you need to plan. So this week I just wanted to explain, what does planning actually look like? Meal planning is so important. If I don't meal plan, what often ends up happening in the weeks is I get too tired, I get too exhausted that I don't want to cook, and so I order takeout. Or I think I'm gonna cook something, but then I realize I'm missing some of the ingredients and give up and buy takeout. It is not great on the budget, and it is also not great on your health. And so now I meal plan. And I don't just meal plan our dinners. I meal plan our breakfasts, our lunches, and our dinners. I first started out with dinners, and it's a great place to start. But what I found is once I got into the rhythm of meal planning our dinners, I was forgetting about breakfast. I would skip breakfast, I would forget to have breakfast, or I would buy breakfast out. Or the same thing would happen with lunches. So then I started to get into that routine with my breakfasts and lunches too. So this is what my meal planner looks like. I love it. It is like an A5 design. It is like half of an A4 page, so it's not too big. It has 22 weeks, so almost half a year, which gets you a great amount of time without it being too bulky on the fridge. As you can see, we've got magnets here, so it sticks up on your fridge, and then it is just a pad that you can tear off. Not too bold colors, nice and simple, so it's not gonna draw too much attention on your fridge. So this is my first key tool when it comes to planning. Now, another problem that women often have is they say, you know what, Cara, I tried meal planning, but it just didn't work out. And I get that, because there are a few key things that you need to do to help make it work. The first really important thing is you need to make sure you consider your week. So say for example, on Wednesday, I work almost an hour away from the family home. My husband is working, and so by the time we all get home, everyone's tired, everyone's cranky, and if I plan to cook a roast on that night, of course I'm not gonna do it. So my very first step, this is on my fridge. I go get it off my fridge, I rip it off, and I start my week fresh. Before I write anything down, I think what I have on in my week. So on a Monday afternoon, I work late in the afternoon. My husband brings home my daughter from school, picks up my son, and they all go to swimming lessons together. When they get home, he has to cook dinner solo with the kids, and I'm usually finishing up work as they're finishing up dinner, and then I can help with bath showers and putting them to bed. So on that night, I need to make sure that I'm planning something that my husband can do solo, and that isn't going to take a long time, because by the time they get home from swimming to bedtime is not a huge amount of time. So I'm not going to plan anything on a Monday like a roast or anything crazy like that. The things that I will typically plan on a Monday is I might do a slow cooker meal that I can put on throughout the day. Something easy like a pasta or like a meat and veg kind of combo, or something easy like a risotto that he can get going in the Thermomix while maybe he baths the kids. So that's step number one. I'm thinking about what's on my week, and I'm planning meals that are in line with that. And on the nights that I have more time, like on a Thursday afternoon, I don't work Thursdays, I've got a lot of time on a Thursday afternoon. Last week on Thursday, I cooked up 2 lasagnas. And I had the time to do that, and it was stress-free. So I cannot stress it enough. Think about your week and make sure that you are planning your meals in line with what's happening. Also, when planning my meals for the week, I like to check out what is on sale in the supermarkets. So here in Australia, I primarily shop at Woolworths because it is geographically the closest and easiest shop for me to be at. And I also use the Woolworths rewards cards, which help save me money long term. So for me, when it comes to meal prep, I want to save money, I want to save time, I want to save stress, and I also want to make sure that we're eating well. So by being able to order my groceries online, it makes it really stress-free and easy. It is literally 2 minutes up the road from my house to drive through and click and collect. And so that is what works best for us. You need to choose what works best for you. So when I go to plan my meal, I think about what's happening in our week, and so I get a general idea, okay, I need an easy meal Monday night, I can do a more complex meal on a Thursday night. Then before I completely decide on my meals, I love to jump online to Woolworths, to their website, and check out their specials. So for both Woolworths and Coles, their half price specials change on a Wednesday. So from Wednesday to Wednesday is when their sale items happen. So first thing that I do is I jump on and I check out all the half price items. Now, what is on sale influences my planning because, for example, if gluten-free pasta is half price, because we're a gluten-free family, and let me tell you, gluten-free and dairy-free and dietary requirements cost a whole lot more, particularly as well if you want to throw in there that you're trying to buy organic things. So if something is half price, that is like buy one, get one free, right? So I like to stock up and bulk buy in those times. So if I jump on and I see gluten-free pasta is half price, I will definitely plan a pasta for a Monday night because it means I'm getting my pasta cheaper, it's an easy meal for my husband, and that is what's going to work really well. When I see it half price, I also have the tendency to bulk buy, so I won't just buy one packet of pasta for that Monday night. I'll probably buy around 4 packets at least, and I'll store them away in my cupboard. And so again, it's just so cheap. That means I'm getting half the boxes for free, is basically how you've got to look at it. And so then I know I've got pasta boxes in there for a few weeks, and so I've got that option for cheap meals in the coming weeks if need be. Okay, so now that I have considered what we have on for our week, what is on special at Woolworths, now it is time for me to actually decide on the meals that we're having, write them down on my meal planner, and once they're written on the meal planner, it then goes on the fridge, and so the whole family can see. So on nights like Monday night where I said my husband has the kids on his own, he can just go to the fridge and be like, right, I know I'm cooking pasta, and if he sees that on the list, he knows all ingredients are there. So again, it's not only easy for me, it's easy for the whole family. It's bringing calm to your whole family and organization to your whole family. So when my family gets home from a Monday afternoon, my husband's going to see it is pasta tonight. He will know he can find all the ingredients he needs in the pantry and the fridge, and he can get to cooking without interrupting me while I'm working on a Monday afternoon. Now, the second key thing to planning is to write your grocery list. And I find writing my grocery list as I am writing my meal plan is the best. And again, I was looking for a grocery list that was super practical. I've been using grocery lists for a long time, but what I would find would happen, right? I'd just be writing out my list in the order I was thinking of things and coming across things. Avocados, banana, toilet paper, toothpaste. Oh no, wait, we need tin tomatoes, put down some pasta. And so as my mind was functioning, I would just write that all down on the list. When I got to the grocery store, what I would find happening is I'd be walking backwards and forwards between aisles, because even though everything is on my list, somehow onions at the bottom of the list I missed when I was in the fresh food section, even though I thought I'd skimmed and scanned my list and checked off everything in the fresh food section. So by the time I got halfway through the grocery store, I walked all the way back to the fresh food section to get onions and back to the aisle that I was at, and well, I'm sure you know the drill, and I'm sure you've been there. I can't have been the only person to have suffered from this. To me, again, this was a problem. This was just causing more unnecessary stress, and it was making my grocery shop take longer because I was wasting that time walking backwards and forwards. And so everything I do is all about making real life real easy. Going to the grocery store, these mundane tasks, this is just real life that has to happen. But I always ask myself, what can I do to make this even easier? And then this is where I developed my shopping list in conjunction with my meal planner. I decided for my shopping list to section them out in the aisles of the grocery store in the main themes, right? So this is what my shopping list looks like. Up here, I have all of my fruit and veg. Then I have my dairy and meat, pantry basics, hygiene and beauty, fridge and frozen stuff, cleaning and other. So all my groceries are categorized. That means all my fresh stuff is right here. So I don't have to be skimming and scanning my whole list when I'm at the grocery store if I'm not doing click and collect. I can just look at this one section. And when this one section is completely all marked off, I then move to the next section. Once all my dairy and meat is crossed off, I can move to the next section and I do my pantry basics. Once all of that is crossed off, you move to the hygiene and beauty aisles. Once all of that is crossed off, I move to my fridge and frozen. Once all that is crossed off, I move to my cleaning or my other miscellaneous. And just this simple little change has made such a difference and saved so much time. Now you'll notice the shopping list looks really similar to my meal planner. So they are the same size, the same amount of sheets. So again, it's A5, it's not too big. You've got 22 sheets, which is almost half your year, but it's not too bulky on your fridge. You've got your magnets and it's not any bright, crazy colors, so it just will sit nicely on your fridge. The other thing that I love about this sitting on your fridge is throughout the week, when you run out of something or when you think about something, it's really easy to come and scribble it on there so you don't forget about it. Because I tell you, time and time again, I used to get to doing my grocery shopping and I'd think to myself, oh, when I was cooking slice, I ran out of an ingredient and I told myself I needed to remember to put it on my list, but I can't remember what that is. I'm sure you can relate to that as well. And so having it on my fridge and just being able to scribble on it, I just keep a pen on the bench next to the fridge. And as I think of things, I just write it on. And again, it's just one of those really little tweaks and little changes that has helped to make just real life, the mundane everyday things, just real easy.
This will be the last count, 20 minutes, you're done being alone. This will be the last count, 20 minutes, you're done being alone.
Now, as I did that, you may have noticed that I put on there takeout and that we were going out. So meal planning doesn't mean that you can't leave space for takeout, for going out, and for having treats. For us, Thursday night, for some reason, is just the night where we are just exhausted. We can't be bothered to cook, I guess because the weekend is right inside. And so we kept meal planning and planning a meal for Thursday night and getting to Thursday night and just couldn't be bothered. We ended up wasting food because we didn't cook it. We either got something easy out the freezer or we got takeout, and then we just had wasted food, which is not great environmentally, but also not great for our budget. So in the end, we stopped planning a meal for Thursday night and just adjusted our budget, and instead we buy takeout because that is what suits us. And just because you are trying to be healthy and be organized doesn't mean you can't have times like that. Another thing you may have noticed is for some of our lunches, I put leftovers. So a really great way to meal plan if you don't have a lot of time is when you are cooking dinner, just cook extra. It really doesn't take that much more time or effort to cook double of whatever you're cooking. So there are some of my top tips on how to actually meal plan so you can then get to the next step of meal prepping and cooking and being organized in your week. It really does not take a lot of time. It is not complex and quite easy to do, but it's those little easy changes that make such the world of a difference. Now, if you love the look of my planners, you can purchase your own. I actually don't have a lot of stock left. As I said, I did a big print order last year because I had clients and other people asking for it, and we use it every week. But I haven't done another print order, so there's limited stock, but there is still a few packs left. So I will put the direct link in my caption below, so you can click that and take it there. I will see you next week with a brand new video. Bye!